Davis. 3, Good Trade, Di Williams. 4, Auchencrieve, Derek Shaw. 5, Big Brown Bear, Paul Barton. 6, Charles Duke, Dennis Coakley. 7, Cool Magic for Leslie Hudson. 8, Galesburg, Dermot Brown. 12, New Life Connection, Ridley Lamb. 13, Porter Boogie, Malcolm Bastard. And 14, Ryman Reason, Graham Bradley. 15, Willie's Gig, Martin Brennan. 16, Zamandra, Mark Dwyer.
Well, Ryman Reason was a big disappointment at the Cheltenham Festival. He didn't get his jumping together at all there until he finally unseated his rider at the 7th fence. But before that, of course, he looked very, very good indeed at Ascot. Second to the runaway winner, Drummer Downey.
And certainly I expect him to put up a bold show. He's a good little horse without any doubt. He was produced beautifully, Northern Ireland, by Jeremy Maxwell to start with. His education was continued with the Dickinsons, and now he's under the careful and very competent hands of David Murray-Smith. Well, I hope that this is some compensation for his Cheltenham loss, although the Cheltenham race, of course, was worth a lot more money. It produced a terrific race last year, this one. It was won by Baron Blakeney, who's now standing at stud down in Somerset at the Hart Hill stud there. And remember that West Tip and Forgive and Forget were behind him in this race last year. So it is a very good contest. Number 14 there, Ryman Reason, not over big, but beautifully made. Something we could say of his jockey, Graham Bradley.
Graham, Ryman Reason looked a good thing at Cheltenham on his form with Drummer Downey. What went wrong?
Don't know, Jonathan. He never jumped a twig, honestly. He did something different at every fence, and I just could not explain it. When he unseated me, he never rose a leg at the ditch, which is totally out of character for him, because he's beaten good horses before and jumped like an absolute buck. I mean, the first time he went to Ascot, which are the stiffest fences in the country, he never put a foot wrong, so I just can't understand it.
What's happened since?
I went down to Lambourne on Saturday before I rode at Newbury, and I rode him schooling over 3 fences, and he jumped like an absolute stag. So really, the Cheltenham race was a total mystery.
Let's fingers crossed today.
Hopefully, yes. It's not as good a race as it was at Cheltenham. I'm sure he would have won at Cheltenham if he'd have jumped round. So touch wood, if everything goes right today, you know, I should win.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure.
So you can see from Ryman Reason as he stood by that fence that he isn't over big. But as I said, he's nicely made. Look how well he moves. He really flicks that toe. He should love this good ground. He's won in heavy ground, but he's won on this ground as well. That's the favourite. He's 6-4 from 13-8, and it's 4-1 by him. So the start for this is 3 miles and a furlong.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, 18 fences. Once again to be jumped this time on the Mildmay course. Zamandra. On the far side, Arctic Bow. And in the centre, Willie's Gig. Willie's Gig lands in the lead from Arctic Bow. Arctic Bow just pecked a little bit. They're all safely over the first. Willie's Gig from Good Trade in Arctic Bow now. Then Charles Duke and Zamandra. Then Ryman Reason just in behind them. Good Trade landed in the lead there. From Willie's Gig and Arctic Bow. Then Big Brown Bear and Zamandra and Charles Duke and Ryman Reason. And Cool Magic as they come to the water for the first time. Good Trade lands in the lead from Willie's Gig and Arctic Bow and Big Brown Bear and Zamandra. And Charles Duke on the inside. Behind them, Cool Magic and Porter Boogie. Behind them, Ryman Reason. On the outside of Ryman Reason is Galesburg and New Life Connection. And Auchencrieve are the back markers at the moment as Good Trade takes them along from Willie's Gig. Arctic Bow and Big Brown Bear and Zamandra and Cool Magic, and behind them, Charles Duke. Just heading for the 4th now. Good Trade from Willie's Gig. Oh, he just nodded a little bit, the leader there, but got away with it all right. A very bold jump. Good Trade from Willie's Gig and Big Brown Bear and Arctic Bow and Cool Magic and Zamandra. Charles Duke. So they jumped that. And Ryman Reason, who's jumping well with Galesburg on his outside. And Porter Boogie and New Life Connection. This is the first of the ditches now. Good Trade. And it's clear. And Auchencrieve is the last to jump it, but they all jump the ditch safely. So it's Good Trade from Willie's Gig. in the little gap to Big Brown Bear and Cool Magic and Arctic Bow on the inside. A further gap then to Ryman Reason and Galesburg, and then Zamandra, then Charles Duke, then New Life Connection and Portabuki. Quite a long way back, Auchencrieve. Heading for fence number 7. Good Trade, Willie's Gig, Big Brown Bear, Cool Magic, Arctic Bow, Ryman Reason. Another ditch this time. And all safely over it, though Auchencrieve has still just got to jump it. He jumps it all right. Good Trade and Willie's Gig from Big Brown Bear and Cool Magic and Arctic Bow and Ryman Reason on the inside. Graham Bradley going the shortest way, and then Galesburg as they come down to the fence at the bit of the last on the next circuit. Good Trade, Willie's Gig, Cool Magic, Big Brown Bear, then Arctic Bow and Ryman Reason. Ryman Reason going very sweetly in 6th place. Favourite backers at the moment would be on quite good terms with themselves as the field comes down towards the water. Good Trade and Willie's Gig is a little between the two. Then comes Cool Magic and Big Brown Bear and Arctic Bow and Ryman Reason on the inside of Galesburg, and then Zamandra. Zamandra, a little bit of a mistake there, and behind Zamandra is Charles Duke, and then New Life Connection and Portabuki, and just jumping it now is Auchencrieve as they go out into the country, beginning to bunch a little bit up front, with Good Trade, whose rider's lost his cap, on the inside of Willie's Gig. Cool Magic is in a good position in 3rd, going well. Then in 4th, Big Brown Bear, Ryman Reason then on the outside of Arctic Bow, and then comes Galesburg. Good Trade from Cool Magic, who's now gone 2nd. Good Trade lands in the lead, Cool Magic 2nd. Willie's Gig. Then comes Big Brown Bear, Arctic Bow, and Ryman Reason. Another plain fence. Good Trade, Cool Magic, Willie's Gig. Behind them, Big Brown Bear, Arctic Bow, Ryman Reason, then Galesburg and Zamandra. A ditch now. Good Trade and Cool Magic. Good jump there by Ryman Reason on the outside of Big Brown Bear and Arctic Bow. But up front still, Good Trade and Cool Magic. Then Arctic Bow, then Big Brown Bear. Then Ryman Reason improving as they run down towards the next. Arctic Trade and Cool Magic. Good Trade, rather, and Cool Magic, a little between them. Ryman Reason jumps it 3rd. Arctic Bow 4. Coming down now towards the 3rd last. Cool Magic with Arctic Bow over on the far side, Ryman Reason on the near side. And Ryman Reason still going very smoothly indeed as they come down towards the 2nd last. Ryman Reason towards the left of the picture. Arctic Bow and Galesburg right over on the far side. Ryman Reason on the near side, Galesburg on the far side. Between horses is Arctic Bow. And coming down to the last, and it's open now. Galesburg on the far side, Ryman Reason on the near side. Between horses is Arctic Bow. Arctic Bow now and Ryman Reason on the near side. Ryman Reason on the near side, Arctic Bow on the far side as they race into the closing stages. And it's Ryman Reason on the near side, Arctic Bow on the far side as they race up towards the line. It's Ryman Reason from Arctic Bow. Ryman Reason, Arctic Bow as they come to the line. And Ryman Reason is one, and Arctic Bow is 2nd, and Galesburg is 3rd, and that's the 1, 2, 3 with Zamandra 4. And so the result of the Whitbread Best Mild Novice Chase first, number 14, Ryman Reason, owned by Miss Julia D. Reed, trained by David Murray Smith, and written by Graham Bradley. Second was number 1, Arctic Bow, owned by Mr. P.R. Venn and Mr. Paul K. Barber, trained by John Thorne and written by Hugh Davis. And third was number 8, Galesburg, owned by Mrs. J. O'Brien, trained by Mrs. Monica Dickinson and written by Dermot Brown. Fourth was number 16, Zamandra. Well, finally, Graham had a race on his hands, but he certainly redeemed the horse's reputation following that inexplicable performance at Cheltenham. Here's how he won the Whitbread Best Mild Novice Chase, reviewed by Richard.
Yes, in fact, it had been a fairly good gallop, and on the inside is Galesburg, this newcomer having his first race in England for Mrs. Dickinson, and what a race he's run. Dermot Brown in the saddle, and a good jump there, but I'm afraid he doesn't do so well at the next one. The amateur, Mr. Hudson, just staying in the plate there, Leslie. He'd be very pleased with himself for getting back in the saddle. But going to the last, it's pretty close. Arctic Bow in the middle there. He had some reminders early on in the race, but's come back strong here. A little Rhyme and Reason on the wide outside, who jumped very well indeed today. They all go for it. Galesburg just gets a bit close and lands rather clumsily, but he'll be winning races before long. And here, Huell Davis, nearest the rails now, head down, replacing Peter Scudamore, remember, who was injured in the last race, and Graham Bradley on the outside, two of our most stylish jockeys, head down, bottom up, and really going for the line. But here you'd think Rhyme and Reason was going away to an easy win, but he just started to hang. Graham Bradley put his stick down and started to ride him out hands and heels, pulled his stick through to keep him straight, and wins by a convincing length and a half in the end.
So, Rhyme and Reason.
It's not a grey, is it? No.
Returning after redeeming himself, this young horse by Camel out of Smooth Lady by Tarkogan. And a fine omen this for Graham Bradley, who replaces the luckless Neil Doughty on Hello Dandy, the Grand National on Saturday. The 11-to-8 favourite. '34th winner of the season for Graham, and number 11 for David Murray Smith. Only a 6-year-old. The winner, the starting price is as follows.
First, number 14, Rhyme and Reason, 11-to-8 favourite. Second, number 1, Arctic Bow, 14-to-1. And third, number 8, Galesburg, 12-to-1. First, Rhyme and Reason, 11-to-8 favourite. Second, Arctic Bow, 14-to-1. And third, Galesburg, 12-to-1. Jackpot number was 514.
In great hair.